Ladies and gentlemen, I am Israel, the game is Star Trek Online, and welcome to the first of the Terran Task Force Shiny Rep videos. Yep, it's that time already. Tier 1 is complete. Let's hit claim, see what we get. We've managed to recover some logs from the so-called Mirror Universe, personal logs from Admiral Leeta. Oh wow, was there a visual feed attached? Thanks to some lucky guesses, we know how to crack a few passwords. She must have gone with I Heart Quark, what can I say? And the data logs are currently stored at Deep Space Nine. Thank you for the update. Wait, I've actually got to go to Deep Space Nine to read these? Okay, fine, if you want to provide me a private room. Anyhow, it's the Mirror Universe. I'm generalizing. It's not all blood and carefully implied sex. Maybe not even that carefully implied in some of the episodes. However, don't drink the champagne, that's all I'm saying. Anyhow, dock up at Deep Space Nine just quickly, and then it's a little jaunt via Ops. How on earth did we recover her personal logs? Anyway, it's not like we left them floating around in space. I think maybe she did leave them floating around. Ah, right, we can't use the commander's office, can we? Right, check the ops records. Select transmission 1. Let's see what the Admiral's got to say for herself.
Personal log, Admiral Leeta. So little time. When I was merely a captain serving on occupied Bajor, I had no choice but to rely on seduction and misdirection. All my years working for the Terran Rebellion, and my Bajoran roots were still thrown in my face. Captain Leeta, nothing more than a figurehead to placate the Bajorans. Resented by my crew and dismissed by the Admiralty. Then, the Orb of Possibilities was returned, and it showed me the way. Now, all possibilities are ahead of me. The orb showed me the Costa-Mojan. Maybe the prophets were trying to warn me. The Costa-Mojan showed me a hint of power. The Pa-wraiths burned away weakness, burned away age, burned away mortality. The future would be mine if I could just grasp it. Admiral, Fleet Admiral, perhaps more. Now, travelers have come from the future. Back in time to give us weapons to destroy the Iconians. Travelers who already know my plans and my fate. I don't trust them. But can I use them?
Temporarily, probably, because, hey, that's a massive little predestination paradox right there. DTI are gonna be hitting the booze this season. I probably will be as well if there's going to be this much time travel involved. And she's hooked up with the Pa-wraiths as well. Looks like we're going to be taking on Mirror Dukat. Actually, that's an interesting plot point. Mirror Dukat at some point? Because in our universe, of course, Dukat hooked up with the Pa-wraiths and the Costa-Mojan. However, mind you, that's the Mirror Universe. Any book that requires you to spill blood to read it probably is a fairly normal security measure over there. Anyhow, let's see. As for the other shinies, we have got the Tier 1 reputation abilities. First one, Dibernium Mesh, phaser resistance on the ground, as well as stun, knock, repel, disable, slow. In other words, anti-phaser armor. And on the other side, on the offensive side, we have got melee damage and run speed. Bear in mind that this new equipment set involves a Batleth. So 12.5% all melee damage and 3% run speed. You aren't getting away from somebody with that one. At least, well, no, you just aren't. It's not happening. Better just shoot him down before he gets to you. We have also got some new gear, so let's just scroll down. Personal Shield Mark 12. This is 9,000 dilithium, 40,000 credits, the usual 5 gravimetric inducers, the elite tokens, and 500 of the regular tokens. Of course, we have the conversion option, or at least we did. There we go. So potentially that is 1,000 regular tokens if you don't mind waiting 100 hours to do the exchanges. However, what did we get? So the shield itself. 29 root resistance, 29 knockback resistance, standard 430 odd capacity, and all energy damage by 20%, 2.5% chance to deal 75% damage back as disruptor damage, which will be interesting. I will actually have to get it to have a look at sets 2 and 3, maybe hop over to Tribble, but well, Tribble is Tribble, stuff may change. Like, for example, Commander Sarish's uniform. She was in DS9 rig on the Tribble server, and now she's in the 2410 rig. In space, we've got the ferrofluid hydraulic assembly. Similar idea, 30,000 energy credits, 15,000 dilithium, only 2 gravimetric inducers, or 200 marks in 40 hours, and relatively minor 500 regular marks gets you. Well, it's not a bad little tanky setup, honest. 9.9 maximum hit points, 3 weapon power, 3 auxiliary power, 0.5 second off the shared torpedo cooldown. Now, from memory, that is something between 4 and 6 seconds, so down to 3.5 to 5.5 seconds. I'd have to actually run 2 torpedoes on a build to check that out. It's been a rare thing in SEO ever since launch, just to stop machine gun torpedoes. But hey, that might be coming back into the meta. It'll be an interesting setup to see a high augs, low weapon power science vessel running around. They've existed, I've used one myself, but outside of the Vesta, which can run its forward guns off auxiliary power if you don't mind using the dual cannon that it comes with, or some very specialised torpedo builds for things like the crystalline entity. Those of you who remember the nasty kitty, well, I might drag that out next time we get it. Well, that might come in handy. In particular, the secondary torpedo launchers. I like the sound of that. If that gives us the opportunity to machine gun kinetic damage, it'll be interesting. But I will have to actually go out and get some gravimetric inducers and 500 marks. So I will go and grind that up, and we'll see how this goes. We'll also see how we set up for a confrontation with Admiral Leeta. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hail the baseball, for he will doubtless be showing us the way at some point. I wonder if they can get Avery Brooks these days.